Here I am in Jomtien, Thailand at Dongtan Beach, and there you are because you're thinking, let's live in Thailand. Last week I showed you how to prepare for a move to Thailand. We reviewed all the items to consider when planning and budgeting for your move. But what about your money in Thailand? Thai people say, Nok noi tam rang da pho tua. Little birds build nests suitable to their size. In this video, I'll introduce you to Thai currency, Thai banks, and how to pay for things. Then I'll switch gears and look at what you are going to spend in Thailand. Will the little Thai bird approve of your budget? Don't forget to watch this video to the end to see what Nieow, the Thai genie in a jar, is up to today. Let's live in Thailand. Thai money is very colorful. There are 1,500, 150, and 20 baht notes, plus 10, 5, 2, and 1 baht coins, and a couple of little ones. But what is all that monopoly money really worth? I find it easy to just remember 100 baht, that's the red one, is about $3 or 2.5 euros. As cool as cash is, it doesn't usually fall from the sky. Well, sometimes in good weather like this. So, how do you get Thai cash? The most economical way is to transfer money from your home country bank into your Thai bank account and withdraw it using your Thai bank's ATM. You don't have your Thai bank account yet. Don't worry, we'll take care of that in a little bit. There are other ways to get cash. You can get cash from almost any Thai ATM by using a credit or debit card. Your home bank ATM card is probably a debit card. Look for a Visa or MasterCard logo on it. Pro tip, always withdraw the maximum amount you can each time you use the ATM. Why? The fee is the same if you withdraw 200 baht or 20,000 baht. Some ATM cards don't work internationally, so get your bank to activate your ATM card for international use before you come to Thailand. Also, find out the ATM fees for all your banks. Some of your banks may even pay the foreign ATM fees for you. If you bring cash from home, you can buy Thai baht at a currency exchange office at the airport or in tourist areas. Google the latest rates in advance so you can compare rates at different exchanges. They're not all the same. Oh, and forget traveler's checks in Thailand. Some currency exchange offices may cash them, but you'll lose a lot. Okay, so now you have some money, but no bank account in Thailand. Let's take care of that. There are no government restrictions on who can open a bank account in Thailand, though there are restrictions on what kind of bank accounts foreigners can open. Banks themselves do impose restrictions, however. You will encounter differences between banks, between branches of banks, and even among different employees within the same bank branch. Here you see a list of some of the major banks in Thailand. Most foreigners who try to open accounts in Thailand get steered to Bangkok Bank. It's a mistake to think you can only open an account at Bangkok Bank. All the other banks on this list do open bank accounts for foreigners, and their service levels are very high. Every bank has slightly different documentation requirements, but here's a start. If they want something more, they'll let you know. You'll need your passport and proof of being here legally, usually your entry stamp and your visa. You'll need evidence of where you live in Thailand. A lease often works, or a deed to your property. Some banks may ask you for a residence certificate from the immigration office. I show you how to get your residence certificate in week 12's video. If you have a work permit, be sure to bring that along too. Opening a Thai bank account is a tedious, paperwork-intensive process. You cannot do it online. Prepare to spend half a day at the bank. It's often much faster than that, but it can be that long. There are 4 kinds of bank accounts available to foreigners in Thailand. savings, fixed, similar to a certificate of deposit, foreign currency, and if you have a work permit, you can open a current or checking account. If you're in Thailand on an O visa, you'll want to open both a savings and a fixed account. The fixed account can hold your visa guarantee. If you're on a pension, the bank can often help you arrange to have your monthly payment deposited directly to your new account at no extra charge. Be sure to ask. Banks in Thailand still use passbooks. It's very important to keep your passbook safe. You can do a lot without your passbook online and at the ATMs, but you can't do anything in person without your passbook and your passport. You'll run into mobile phone banking a few times during this video. Just about every Thai bank has a mobile phone app that lets you do a lot. You can even use it to withdraw money from an ATM without an ATM card. Some banks have discontinued browser-based internet banking in favor of mobile-only banking. So, guess what? You'll need a Thai mobile phone before you open your bank account. That's all the more reason to watch Week 12's video to see how to get your Thai mobile number. Now, let me get your money. To Thailand. Now that you have your Thai bank account, there's no limit to the amount you can transfer into it from abroad, as long as you specify a reason for the transfer. These are some examples of commonly used reasons. The exchange rate Thai banks use to convert your incoming funds is far better than any rate you will get from your home country bank. So always transfer your home country currency. The most economical way to do that? Make an international bank transfer, sometimes called a wire transfer, via your home country bank or broker. Wire transfers have a fixed fee independent of the amount of the transfer. To do a wire transfer, you'll need your Thai bank account number and the SWIFT code of the Thai bank. Some originating banks will also want the name and address of your Thai bank branch. If your home country bank is small, it may not do wire transfers. You check that out after you watch Week 3's video, right? In that case, use a cash remittal service like Western Union or Wise. These companies charge some percent of the amount you send, and you may not be able to transfer in your home country currency. Calculate and compare costs before you transfer. Now that you have some Thai cash in the bank, let's spend it. Thailand is firmly in the 21st century. No more cash is king. There are many ways to pay here. In rural areas, cash is still appreciated. But in most urban areas, and even small cities, you see local folks buy vegetables at the fresh market and pay with their phones. There are 3 ways you can pay with your phone in Thailand: with a digital wallet like Prompt Pay, by doing bank transfers using a QR code or account number, and with digital credit cards like Apple Pay or Google Pay. It's easy to set up all of these, but it's easiest to set up Apple or Google Pay before you arrive in Thailand. When paying by credit card in smaller shops, always ask if they charge a fee. Some shops will add an extra 3 to 5% when you use a card. Also, when a shop asks you whether you want to be charged in Thai baht or your home currency, always choose Thai baht, or you'll get a terrible exchange rate. Finally, only use a credit card with no foreign transaction fee. If your card has this fee, your bank adds 3 to 5% for every transaction you make overseas. Get a new card. Paying bills in Thailand is also firmly in the 21st century. You can pay your utility bills online or on your phone using company-dedicated apps. You can even pay any bill having a barcode or QR code printed on it by going to an ATM machine or a convenience store counter. Since we're talking about paying for things, let's talk about tipping. You'll see lots of online advice saying tipping is not customary in Thailand. It's true that many Thais don't tip, But don't tip like a Thai. Tip like the welcome guest that you are. Thai people work hard to accommodate foreigners like you and me, whether it's language, behavior, or expectations. Eating at a street stall, leave the coins. Eating at a chain restaurant, if it's a sit-down place with service, leave some small bills, maybe 40 baht. If it's a posh restaurant, check the bill. There may already be a service charge added. If there is a service charge added, give an additional small amount of cash directly to your server. If there isn't one, 5 to 10% is a generous tip. In a bar, leave the server some coins. In general, be kind. Just like for tipping, there is a lot of garbage information on the internet about negotiating in Thailand. Sure, if you're buying souvenirs or services in a tourist area, never pay what they ask. A good rule of thumb is to start negotiating with half. But you are not a tourist anymore. You are here to live in Thailand. So what about negotiating in daily life? Department stores, grocery stores, and restaurants have fixed prices, just like at home. You don't go to IKEA and ask for a discount on their Björkschnass, do you? Where you might try to negotiate is at fresh markets or small shops selling miscellaneous goods without marked prices. If you do decide to bargain, be polite, be friendly, and smile. Ask yourself, do you really need to give Granny 1 baht less for that mango? Sometimes expats are surprised that two-tier pricing, one price for foreigners and one price for Thai people, is legal in Thailand. The Thai government charges foreigners a different price than Thai citizens to enter national parks and other major venues. Frankly, I find it understandable, even desirable, so that Thai citizens aren't priced out of their own patrimony. Unfortunately, some private businesses also engage in the practice, often surreptitiously by having English signs with one price and Thai signs with a lower price. If that bothers you, don't patronize those businesses. Just walk away. That's what I do. Now that you've got your Thai bank account full of money and you know how to spend it, let's look at a budget for living in Thailand. Here you see a list of the monthly expenses you should plan for. Whatever your lifestyle, a major part of your budget will be housing. If you own a condominium or buy a house instead of renting, you'll have a monthly association fee and maybe a mortgage instead of rent. I'm going to talk about what your minimum expectations for these expenses should be. Want to spend more? You can spend as much in Thailand as anywhere else in the world. For rent, you can spend as little as 5,000 baht a month for small Thai-style accommodation. A nice 2-bedroom sea view condo, as little as 25,000 baht. A pool villa might be 100,000 baht or more. Heck, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie paid 500,000 baht a night to live in Phuket. I find it best to budget for rent in reverse. That is, estimate how much money you have to spend every month, figure out what other things cost, and then see what's left over for rent. You'll know immediately whether it's the Grand Palace for you or if you're going to be in a shack on the railroad track. If you do the calculation and end up in the shack, go back and adjust your other expenses and try again. Like rent, what you'll spend on food depends on whether it's gourmet dining or street food for you. Thai people eat out a lot. It's not a luxury here. Many low-cost accommodations don't even have a kitchen. For a single expat to be happy, a food budget of 300 baht a day is reasonable, especially if she eats Thai food and cooks at home a lot. If you can't live without pizza, KFC, and Starbucks, I'd recommend a more generous budget of 500 baht a day, 15,000 baht a month. Now, utilities. Electricity in Thailand is not cheap. If you hate the heat, you pay to keep cool. By the sea with cool breezes like this, you might only spend 1,000 baht per month. But at a pool villa running the aircon all day, you can spend 10,000 baht or more. Water is cheap and the price is regulated unless your accommodation is supplied privately, say by a well. Always compare the price of privately charged water to see if the price is fair compared to city water. If you don't have a pool or fountains, 500 baht a month is quite a normal bill for city water for 2 people. Internet in Thailand is cheap and reliable. Broadband is available almost everywhere. 1,000 baht a month is plenty for gigabit speed. You can get cheaper if you want. Gamers can, of course, spend more. Mobile phone service, don't get me started. Thailand mobile phone service is fantastic. At the time of this video, I'm on a 5G plan that costs 300 baht a month, including high-speed data and Wi-Fi calling. I don't talk on the phone much, but you might, so pencil in 500 baht per phone and you'll have plenty of service. Transportation is the most difficult to budget. You need to know where you're going and how often. If you're going to the office every day, you might need to budget 100 or 200 baht for a daily commute. That's 3,000 to 6,000 baht per month. If you're planning to use your own car or motorcycle, you can figure that fuel is cheaper than Europe by half, but more expensive than the US by 50%. Adjust your budget accordingly. Taxis, especially local Uber-like services called Grab and Bolt, are cheap, and so are motorcycle taxis. Bangkok has cheap and efficient subways, trains, buses, and minibuses. A typical fare is 20 to 40 baht. I separate healthcare and entertainment from the main budget because these are really discretionary expenses. Younger expats spend almost nothing on healthcare, but they spend oodles on entertainment. Many retirees are exactly the opposite. If you're planning on buying health insurance, research the costs online before you move to Thailand and pencil them in. I'll give you more details on health, healthcare, and insurance in week 7's video. Here's a sample budget based on the numbers I just gave you. Now it's time for you to sit down with pencil and paper or spreadsheet and keyboard. Last week, you made your moving budget. Use what you've learned this week to make your living budget. Next week, you'll learn how to rent the perfect place for you to live in Thailand. The week after that, you'll learn how to buy a place to live. Don't miss those videos or any of the others in this weekly series. Like and subscribe below. Before we go, let's check in with... Oh, Nieow, you've got my phone again. I'm coming in. Oh, hush. Mark, I haven't heard from you for a long time. Yeah, I kind of thought you'd be a bit depressed about the whole metaverse thing. Well, at least Elon cheered you up. I don't know about the whole threads thing. Sounds a little bit like an online tailor. Yeah, it's better than X. Oh, I'm glad you liked my visa episode. The smart visa from the BOI? Oh yeah, I'm sure you'd qualify. No, you'll have to wait for week 12 with everybody else when I cover all the alternative visas. Yes, I know you can block me out of my Facebook. Well, how about this? How about if I text you the link for the online application for the smart visa? Would that work? Okay, so you'll leave my Facebook alone? Okay, say hi to Priscilla for me. Bye-bye now. Nieow, leave my phone alone. Jeez, lock me out of my Facebook? My name is Yai, and I love living in Thailand. I hope you will too. Sawadee krap. My wish this week is that you get your own darn phone.